Hey everyone, Big Paulie back for a brand new video, a brand new Star Trek review. Yes, this is the third one of the Kelvin universe. We started it with Star Trek 2009, J.J. Abrams, and Into Darkness as well. This one is directed by Justin Lin of Fast and Furious fame. So we'll watch the film and I'll share my thoughts afterwards and talk a little bit about the future of Star Trek 4. Yes, so let's watch the film and I'll see you after the film. Okay, so Star Trek Beyond, the third of the Kelvin films, or the Kelvin universe films rather. Yes, this one is written by, or co-written by Simon Pegg, and is directed by Justin Lin, familiar to a lot of us as the director of some of the Fast and Furious films, and it kind of feels like a Fast and Furious Star Trek film. There's lots of zipping about on things like motorbikes, there's lots of space battles that are really fast, and the pace is just continuously fast. The basis of the story, at the beginning of the film, the crew have been out on their 5-year mission for 3 years. They're getting a little bit tired. They feel they need a bit of a break. So they're due for a bit of a rest over at a space station called the Yorktown, which is like a huge city in space. It's basically Space Dock from Star Trek, but a lot more futuristic with like cityscapes and gardens and rivers and things like that. But it's a place where the crew can, you know, relax and meet up with family and friends. While on the Yorktown, they rescue this badly damaged ship with one lone alien survivor, and her story is that her ship was crashed on this planet. So it's up to the crew of the Enterprise form a rescue mission and go and help the survivors. On the way there, the Enterprise is intercepted by this like massive swarm. It's like a massive swarm of wasps, and it pummels the crap out of the Enterprise. They're fighting to try and keep control of the Enterprise. They're having to evacuate the Enterprise. Bits keep getting blown off it, and they're clearly losing the Enterprise to an alien race. And there's a little bit of Star Trek Generations thrown in there with the old saucer crashing into the planet. And then it's up to the crew to try and survive while on this alien world. But this planet is also the base for the lead villain in the film, Kral, played by Idris Elba. He's trying to get his hands on this ancient artifact that will destroy the Federation and other planets. So then it becomes a rescue mission for some of the crew. You've got Bones and Spock, who are separated from the rest of them. Spock is injured. Kirk and Chekhov have managed to escape the crashing saucer section and make their way across the planet. And you've also got old Scotty as well, Montgomery Scotty, yeah, who discovers a marooned alien on the planet by the name of Jayla, played brilliantly by Sophia Boutella. So like I say, it is fast paced. There's a lot of action. There's a massive space battle at the beginning. There's lots of nice character moments in there, especially with Spock and Bones on this planet's surface, and there's a bit of emotion thrown in there as well, putting a nod to Leonard Nimoy that passed away. And there's a really nice touching scene at the end, because when this film came out, it came out in July 2016. Anton Yelchin passed away the month beforehand. And there's this really nice touching moment at the end of the film when they're having a toast And Kirk holds his glass up and says to absent friends. And at that precise moment, Anton Yelchin is dead centre, lifting his glass up. That I always thought was kind of spooky and, yeah, kind of sends shivers down your spine. There's also a beautiful moment as well where Spock is acknowledging the death of older Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, and going through all his gear that he's left behind. He finds this little picture frame, and when he slides it up, it's the crew of the film Enterprise, you know, with DeForest Kelley and all all the other characters that we've grown to love over the years. So I think this film is considered by many to be the black sheep of the family. It's the only one that's not directed by J.J. Abrams. Pretty much the same way in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. You know, The Last Jedi wasn't directed by J.J. Abrams as well. But I think Justin Lin did a really good job. He did a really good job. And yes, it's fast-paced, it's action, it's still Star Trek. There's some great moments in there. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic on 4K. The Dolby Atmos is incredible, especially when you're in the middle of this swarm going all the way around you, and the scenes in the Yorktown as well. Now, there has been talk about doing a fourth film for the last couple of years. They had planned to bring in Chris Hemsworth so that, you know, Captain Kirk can meet his dad. I don't know how they were going to do it, whether they were going to do it through time travel or maybe an alternate reality. But that never took off. They are kind of putting plans in motion now for the fourth film. So we're a little bit further advanced now than we've ever been. It's just getting everybody together, getting a story, and getting a director. So I think they're pretty much all up for it for a final journey. Of course, we're going to be missing Anton Yelchin, and I feel, and I've always felt this since this film came out, that at the end of the film you have Jaylah, who's going to Starfleet Academy, and I feel that the time is right now that she would have qualified. She would be on the starship, and she would be absolutely perfect to replace Anton Yelchin as the helmsman or helmswoman of the Enterprise. And I think she would fit beautifully because she was a really great character in the film. There's even a steelbook with her head on it. And this is a steelbook I've been trying to get for the last couple of years. So yeah, I think I really hope that they do go ahead with the fourth film, and also that Sofia Boutella is part of it, because I think that would kind of round out the story and give it continuity as well. But there we go. That is Star Trek Beyond, directed by Justin Lin. If I was to rate this one, I would rate this one as an 8 out of 10. It's not as good as the 2009 Star Trek one. It's just a little bit behind Into Darkness, but it's still a really great Star Trek film, and have a lot of fun with it. So there we go. So that is Star Trek Beyond, and that concludes my Star Trek movie reviews. Well, hopefully until the fourth one comes out. Yes, I hope you enjoyed the last 3 episodes. I now have a complete Star Trek movie review series. So if you haven't seen the earlier ones, go back. I do all of the first 6 films with William Shatner, and also the Next Generation crew in their 4 films as well. And it comes under the same banner, These Are the Voyages. So just search for that or in the playlists. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, bake if you did, some thumbs up. Blah, blah, blah. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I'm off now to play a bit of Sabotage by Beastie Boys. Let's rock.